इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to all the dear friends. Warm welcome to Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series. This is a webinar where we are launching big brand today, and you have a chance to interact digitally with the brand team, leadership team, who are representing their business model with the help of the presentation. This is a 45-minute session. First, we'll try to give you the correct and the complete understanding about the business model they're offering in market and how you can become a partner with them. Then we'll move towards a panel discussion. During our panel discussion, we would love to take all your queries. We have created a question and answer box, hence requesting each one of you to share your queries, suggestion, feedback in the same. We welcome management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir, Sunyama. I also welcome my colleague, Mr. Gaurav Arora, who will be taking all your queries and leading this particular brand. And the business opportunity which we are launching today is Udayan Kidz. It's a preschool and daycare business opportunity for you. You can start this particular business with them. They are already operational with 3 centers as of now. We are providing 2 different models to you. And we welcome Mr. Sinha, who will be taking us through the entire business model. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha, for joining in today. You spare time today from your busy schedule talking about this great opportunity for all our investors. So over to you, sir. Look forward to have great interactive session with you.
Yeah, thank you, Archana ji. And it's my privilege to associate with Franchise India. And then I'm very, very happy to present our business model to all the prospective investors today. So just to introduce ourselves, we are a startup company. We started 2 years back. It's a name of our company is Udayan Education Private Limited. And we have 3 business verticals today. We are into K-12 school operation management as well as own schools. We are also into preschool segment. And the third vertical is we are also into the coaching. We also teach IIT medical aspirant students to help them to get into the good engineering as well as that medical institution in India as well as abroad. So these are the main 3 business vertical we have. And our background, we are 2 promoters. Myself, I am coming from education background, so I have almost last 30 years I was with education. I worked with NIIT. I was with head of franchisee division of NIIT Limited, where I helped more than 1,000 investors to start IT education centers and then how to make those centers profitable. Followed by, I was with Usha Martin Education. There also, I had started about 20 schools and then 1 university. There also, I helped many investors to come and invest in the brand and then take this education, that initiative forwards. Then for last 6 years, I was with ZLearn, and ZLearn, I was the chief operating officer. I was heading the operations for K-12 as well as preschool business. Our preschool brand in that company was Kidz. Many of you may be knowing it was the largest preschool chain in India, even in Asia also. We had almost 2,000 plus preschools in India and 130 K-12 schools. And this initiative we have started 2 years back. And initially we did pilot. We have our own schools, 2 K-12 schools and 2 coaching institutes and 3 Udayan Kidz centers, as Archana ji was mentioning. And after successful the pilot for these preschool centers, we have now decided to invite various investors from all over the country to come and join hands with us and take this, initiative forward, because what we feel is that the foundation of education for the children is built at the early age. If at the early age, if the students, the citizen of India is provided a good education, tomorrow they are going to become the good citizen of the country and they will do wonders in the various fields. So we are here for the overall holistic development of the children. We do not want only the child to top in the class or top in the IIT or top in the medical. First thing we teach a student is how to become a good human being. That's the, that number one. And once the student is a good human being, then all other things will teach. And depending on the child's interest area, if the child has an interest in sports, we all should encourage the child to take, initiative and help the child to take sports as a career. If the child has the, that ability to do well in engineering, then we should guide the child for engineering. So there is nothing called good or bad or ugly career. All career options are good today. We have to consider each and every child is a unique child, and on the basis of the ability of the child only we have to, help. So that is our main motive, and that's how
Mr. Sinha,
Yeah.
Sinha, hi, excuse me, sorry to interrupt. So we have a request from the viewer that he would like to basically have this discussion in English. तो हम इसको हिंदी और इंग्लिश के कॉम्बिनेशन में अगर रखेंगे तो it will be more interactive for everybody and every viewer who is there. So it's a request which has come in the Dropbox, so I thought that I should tell you.
Okay, so you want me to speak in Hindi as well, right?
Yes, let's make a combination of Hindi and English.
जरूर. So
Thank
हम लोग यही चाहते हैं बच्चों का जो अर्ली एज में बच्चों को अच्छे एजुकेशन मिले, बिकॉज हमने देखा है इन माय 30 इयर्स करियर, जितना जल्दी बच्चे को गुड एजुकेशन का एक्सपोजर मिलता है उतना बच्चा आगे जाके उसका एडेप्टेबिलिटी, अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द करिकुलम अच्छा होता है. यही हमारा मेन मोटिव है. एंड दैट इज व्हाट हम लोग ऑल ओवर इंडिया से जितने भी हमारा वेल विशर्स है, इन्वेस्टर्स है, सबको हम लोग इनवाइट कर रहे हैं आके हमारा साथ जोड़ के हमारा ये इनिशिएटिव को आगे ले जाए. एंड हम भी नेशन बिल्डिंग में बिलीव करते हैं और हमारा आज का बच्चा ही भविष्य का अच्छे नागरिक हो सकते हैं. उसी सिलसिला में हम लोग जुड़े हुए हैं. सो वी इनवाइट ऑल ऑफ यू टू कम एंड जॉइन हैंड्स विद अस. एंड मैं अभी हमारा एक बिजनेस प्रेजेंटेशन है वो मैं दिखाना चाहता हूँ. तो अर्चना जी, शुड आई शेयर द स्क्रीन?
Yes, sir. We can.
Okay.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay.
It's visible, sir.
Okay. So ये हमारा इनिशिएटिव जो है उदयन किड्स प्री स्कूल एंड डे केयर सेंटर. एंड प्लस हमारा ये मॉडल का यूनिकनेस जो है, दिस इज नॉर्मली प्री स्कूलों में क्या होता है, ये 4 घंटा का क्लास होता है, सुबह 8 से 12 बजे तक, नहीं तो अगर 9 बजे शुरू होने से 1 बजे तक क्लास होते हैं बच्चों का मैक्सिमम. एंड डे केयर जो है, डे केयर 12 घंटा भी हो सकता है, 8 घंटा भी हो सकता है, 6 घंटा भी हो सकते हैं. and daycare is very essential today. Normally जिस फैमिली में both parents वर्क में जाते हैं, जॉब में जाते हैं, और आजकल हमने देखा है ज्यादातर सिटी में जो बोथ हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ काम करते हैं, उनके लिए एक समस्या होता है बच्चे को, जब 1.5 साल का बच्चा, 1 साल का बच्चा, 2 साल का बच्चा पोस्ट मैटरनिटी लीव और पैटर्निटी लीव आजकल भी होता है. मेल फादर also can take paternity leave today. Some organization give 6 months, some organization give 1 year. After 1 year बच्चे को कहाँ रख के काम पे जाना है, ये एक बड़ी समस्या होता है. उसको ध्यान पे रखते हुए हमने डे केयर को भी ऐड किया है. हमारा डे केयर ये खुली रहेगी फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग 8 o'clock अप टू नाइट अप टू 8 o'clock. सो पेरेंट्स आके बच्चों को स्कूल में छोड़ेंगे. स्कूल का खाना से लेकर, स्कूल का बच्चे का खाना का लेकर जितना भी एक्टिविटी सब हम लोग कराएंगे. और इवनिंग दैट जब भी पेरेंट्स ऑफिस से वापस आएंगे 6 बजे या 6:30 बजे आके बच्चे को लेके जा सकते हैं. और ये फ्रॉम 1 year अप टू 12 year तक का बच्चों के लिए हम लोग ये फैसिलिटी दे रहे हैं. एंड हमारा कंपनी का प्रोफाइल मैंने ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन किया. मेरा ये पार्टनर है, ही इज द चेयरमैन मिस्टर यूपी सिंह. ही इज फ्रॉम IIT दिल्ली एंड ही वाज द नॉर्थ इंडिया हेड फॉर coaching industries. Like he was the head for Fiji, he was head for Narayana, he was head for Chaitanya. Now we have joined hands together to help various that investors to invest in education and take the business forward. And ये मेरा प्रोफाइल है. I'm the CEO and then co-founder. And मेरा बारे में मैंने already आप लोगों को बता दिया है. And we have the academic head, Mrs. Pramila Istra. She also has worked in many schools, including Samrock. He was the academic head before. And she is the person behind the designing of the curriculum, content, and delivery monitoring for our organization for Udayan Kidz. And मैंने जैसा बताया हमारा 3 ब्रांड है, उदयन किड्स, GOF Academy and ग्लोबल प्रतिभा इंटरनेशनल स्कूल. और एक हमारा एक इनिशिएटिव है ग्लोबल ओलंपियाड फेडरेशन. ये हम लोग स्कूलों में जाके ओलंपियाड एग्जाम कंडक्ट करते हैं. ये ओलंपियाड एग्जाम आपको मालूम होगा, ये साइंस में होता है, मैथमेटिक्स में होता है, कंप्यूटर में होता है, इंग्लिश में होता है. And every child today is very important that they should take Olympiad examination, because बहुत सारे even IIT, many engineering colleges nowadays they are also started considering Olympiad exam score for selecting student for their engineering admission. So धीरे-धीरे this global Olympiad examinations are going to play a very very important role for the children. And then children भी थोड़ा competitive हो जाते हैं. Olympiad का अच्छा मार्क्स होने से बच्चों को even in future उसका जॉब इंटरव्यू में भी उसका वैल्यू दिया जाता है. तो ये सब प्रोडक्ट हमारा पास है. एंड सो उदयन किड्स का हमारा जो कैरिकुलम है, दिस इज अ यूनिक कैरिकुलम डेवलप्ड इन हाउस बाय आवर टीम. एंड इसलिए हमने ये कैरिकुलम का नाम है लुमिनोस. इज बेसिकली is a interactive game-based curriculum. It's developed by our internal team. And मैं अभी बताऊंगा आपको हमारा साथ क्यों जोड़ना चाहिए. तो मैं आपको हमारा बिजनेस प्लान जो है वो भी दिखाऊंगा. और ये हमारा जो बिजनेस प्लान है हमने ऑलरेडी इसमें इम्प्लीमेंट करके सक्सेस चेक किया हुआ है. सो पहला चीज, आप अगर हमारा साथ जोड़ते हो, इफ यू बिकम आवर पार्टनर, देन हमारा पहला मोटिव होगा फर्स्ट ईयर इटसेल्फ ये हमारा बिजनेस प्रॉफिटेबल होना है. ये कैसे होना है मैं भी वो आपको बता दूंगा. सेकेंड थिंग, इवन सेकेंड ईयर ऑल्सो इट विल बी वेरी वेरी प्रॉमिसिंग. इट विल बी ऑलमोस्ट 25-30% ग्रोथ ओवर फर्स्ट ईयर हम लोग सेकेंड ईयर में करेंगे. एंड देन दैट ग्रोथ 25-30% ग्रोथ सिलसिला जारी रहेगा 5 साल तक. हमारा ये एग्रीमेंट तो 5 साल तक रहेगा. उसका बाद में हम लोग फिर मिलेंगे एंड देन वी विल सी हमारा परफॉर्मेंस. आप अगर पार्टनर हमसे खुश है, अगर हम पार्टनर से खुश है, तब जाके उसको फिर से रिन्यू करके हम लोग आगे लेके जाएंगे. सो दैट इज द सेकंड दैट एडवांटेज. And now the most unique जो हमारा अपॉर्चुनिटी हम बिजनेस पार्टनर को दे रहे हैं, ये आज का दिन में कोई भी प्री स्कूल दे नहीं पाएगा या दे नहीं रहा है, वही है हमारा प्री स्कूल एंड डे केयर ऑफरिंग का अलावा वी आर ऑल्सो ऑफरिंग कोचिंग प्रोग्राम। और कोचिंग प्रोग्राम के लिए हम कोई अलग से फ्रेंचाइजी फी अभी नहीं ले रहा है, ये हमारा इंट्रोडक्टरी ऑफर है फॉर नेक्स्ट 60 days। एंड इसमें हम ग्रेड 3 से ग्रेड 10 तक का जो ट्यूशन क्लासेस का कैरिकुलम है, वो कैरिकुलम आपको हम लोग फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, मतलब विदाउट एनी फ्रेंचाइजी फी हम लोग ऑफर कर रहे हैं। नाउ मैं इसका बारे में थोड़ा सा समझा देता हूँ बिकॉज ये थोड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है। हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स है क्लास 3 फ्रॉम वेरियस स्कूल्स, बच्चे लोग स्कूल में जाते हैं 2-2:30 बजे या 3 बजे तक स्कूल से वापस आते हैं। उसके बाद नॉर्मली हमने देखा ये बच्चा इधर घर में कोई ट्यूशन टीचर रख देते हैं हम लोग एज ए पेरेंट्स, घर में उनके एक्स्ट्रा पढ़ाई के लिए हम पैसा खर्चा करते हैं, नहीं तो कहीं कहीं जगह में बच्चे लोग कोई ट्यूशन सेंटर जाते हैं, पढ़ते हैं टू प्रिपेयर फॉर देयर एनुअल एग्जामिनेशंस और बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन। हम उसको एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में कोचिंग का कैरिकुलम डेवलप किया हुआ है। तो इसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं, मान लीजिए कोई क्लास 6 का स्टूडेंट, एक क्लास 6 का स्टूडेंट क्लास 6 में डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा कोई भी स्टूडेंट को, उसी स्टूडेंट को whether the child wants to get into the engineering, take engineering as a career, or medical as a career, or law as a career, or humanities or any other. So there are a lot of career options. So we discuss with the student at early age, as early as that class 6. Then we decide उस बच्चे को कौन-कौन सब्जेक्ट में फोकस करना चाहिए। तो ज्यादातर बच्चे का फोकस करना चाहिए मैथमेटिक्स, साइंस, इंग्लिश, हिंदी, and then some that बच्चा maybe that civics और other subject में फोकस करना चाहते हैं। तो हम लोग यहाँ पे 4 सब्जेक्ट चूज किए हैं जो हर एक बच्चों के लिए टिल क्लास 10 तक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। वो हो गया आपका इंग्लिश, हिंदी, साइंस एंड मैथमेटिक्स। सो ये 4 सब, इसको हम लोग 5 सब्जेक्ट भी कर सकते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द एरिया। तो ये सब सब्जेक्ट का हमारा पास अपना किताब है ट्यूशन प्रोग्राम का, विच इज मैप टू बोथ सीबीएसई एंड देन आईसीएसई। तो ये जो हमारा बुक्स है, ये बुक्स हम हर एक स्टूडेंट को देते हैं जो हमारा पास ट्यूशन के लिए आएंगे। तो हमारे पास क्लास 3 का भी है, 4 का भी है, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 एंड क्लास 6 से तो बहुत ही डिमांड ज्यादा होता है, बिकॉज जैसे ही क्लास 5 खत्म होता है, क्लास 6 शुरू होता है, स्टूडेंट विल हैव टू चूज द ट्रैक। तो वहाँ पे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट हमने देखा है, दे really want to that decide, and they need a lot of help to improve their that annual examinations or improve their knowledge, or for the even senior student like 9 and 10 for the board examination. तो इसका पूरा कोचिंग का कैरिकुलम हमारा पास है, हमारा पास इसका स्टडी मटेरियल है। इवन फॉर प्री स्कूल का भी चारों लेवल का हमारा पास अपना स्टडी मटेरियल डेवलप किया हुआ है। तो ये सब आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट फ्रेंचाइजिंग मिलेगा फॉर दी दैट कोचिंग पार्ट ऑफ इट। नाउ इसका एक तो आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिलेगा, दैट इज नॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू हेल्प आवर पार्टनर इज दैट we are going to help you for asset sweating. There is a concept called asset sweating. Asset sweating का मतलब है, अपने मान लीजिए 4-5 क्लासरूम बनाया प्री स्कूल के लिए, ये 5 क्लासरूम आपको यूटिलाइज होगा फॉर द प्री स्कूल अप टू 1 o'clock. नाउ 1 o'clock से लेकर रात 9 बजे तक 8 घंटा आपका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्या करेगा इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी अदर एक्टिविटी। अगर आपका खुद का दैट प्रॉपर्टी हो, फिर भी अनयूटिलाइज रहेगा 8 घंटा। आप अगर रेंट पे ले रहे हो, फिर भी वो अननेसेसरी आप रेंट पे कर रहे हो एंड यू आर नॉट यूटिलाइजिंग। सो दिस इज बेसिकली द कैरिकुलम जो कोचिंग का है। ये इवनिंग और आफ्टरनून 3:30 से शुरू होगा, ये चलेगा 8:30 इवन समटाइम अप टू 9 o'clock तक। तो इसमें बच्चा का 3 days a week कोचिंग होगा। मान लीजिए मेरा क्लास 10 का बच्चा है, उसको हम 3 days a week बुलाएंगे 1.5 घंटा करके, क्लास 9 का 1.5 घंटा के लिए 3 days a week बुलाएंगे। तो कोई भी एक क्लासरूम यूज करके, और हमारा स्लॉट भी होगा 3:30 to 5, देन 5 to 6:30। तो इन ए डे कोई भी एक क्लासरूम को हम यूज करके उसमें मिनिमम 40 बच्चों का हम लोग कोचिंग दे सकते हैं क्लासरूम में। और हमारे पास ऑलरेडी 5 क्लासरूम हमने प्री स्कूल के लिए बनाया हुआ है। तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, जैसे ही 1 o'clock हमारा ये क्लास खत्म हो जाएगा प्री स्कूल का, और प्री स्कूल का ऑल फर्नीचर्स मॉड्यूलर फर्नीचर होते हैं, ये फर्नीचर को हम स्टैक करके कोई भी 5 रूम होगा हमारा स्कूल का, कोई भी एक रूम पे रख देंगे, और बाकी जो 4 रूम है उसमें हम बड़े बच्चों का चेयर जो होता है जिसमें राइटिंग पैड रहता है, अगर आपका पास 40 कोचिंग का बच्चा है तो 40 आप खरीद लीजिए राइटिंग पैड वाला चेयर, उसका 1500 करीब कॉस्ट आता है, वो भी हम सेंटर किट का साथ दे देंगे आपको अराउंड। तो उसको आप स्टेक करके रखिए, 3:30 बजे पूरा सफाई वगैरह करके वो चेयर आप बैठा दीजिए। और इसमें जितना भी टीचर होंगे, टीचर को भी हम लोग पार्टनर बनाएंगे, अलग से टीचर का सैलरी देने का जरूरत नहीं है। और टीचर्स भी आसपास का जितना भी हाई स्कूल है उसमें जितने अच्छे टीचर हो उनका साथ हमारा टाई अप होगा, हम उसको बुलाएंगे हमारा स्कूल में आके बच्चों को कोचिंग ऑफर करें, एंड पर आवर बेसिस में उसका हमारा रेट होता है, वो हम कांटेक्ट करके, आपको कुछ हेडेक लेने का जरूरत बिल्कुल ही नहीं है, हम ही टीचर से बात करके उसको रेट फाइनल करके वो टीचर आके आपका स्कूल में कोचिंग कराएंगे। यही है हमारा मॉडल। तो इसमें क्या होगा, प्री स्कूल से भी आपका रेवेन्यू आएगा, दूसरा रेवेन्यू आएगा आपका कोचिंग से, और तीसरे रेवेन्यू आएगा, इनफैक्ट वो मैं यहाँ पे मेंशन नहीं किया, बिजनेस प्लान में हमारा मेंशन किया हुआ है, ये जो ग्लोबल ओलंपियाड एग्जाम हम कराते जो है, इसमें अगर आप एज ए बिजनेस पार्टनर आप इसका मार्केटिंग आप आपका अपना शहर में करना चाहते हो, ये बेसिकली आपको कोई भी एक मार्केटिंग एग्जीक्यूटिव, और आप खुद जाके भी स्कूल का प्रिंसिपल से मिल लीजिए, और हर एक कोई भी स्कूल हाई स्कूल में अगर मान लीजिए 3000 स्टूडेंट है, 3000 स्टूडेंट का मिनिमम 1000 स्टूडेंट टेक्स ओलंपियाड एग्जाम। तो 1000 स्टूडेंट, और हर एक स्टूडेंट टेक्स ओलंपियाड एग्जाम फॉर 4 सब्जेक्ट। सो अगर 1000 स्टूडेंट ओलंपियाड एग्जाम लेते हैं फॉर 4 सब्जेक्ट, साइंस, इंग्लिश, कंप्यूटर, मैथमेटिक्स, तो ये होता है 4000 टेस्ट। एंड ये टेस्ट का फीस जनरली रेंजेस फ्रॉम 250 to 500 डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कंपनी। तो हमने इसका फीस रखा है 300 रुपीज। एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू सेल दिस टेस्ट टू इन एनी स्कूल, then per test we are also giving you a share of 60 rupees. So मान लीजिए if you are doing a 4000 that test, 4000 तो बहुत ही कम है, आप 10,000 टेस्ट भी कर सकते हो। So then 10,000 into that 60 rupees, which comes to almost a 6 lakhs revenue for you just by selling one product. So in a way we are giving a lot of opportunity to our partner to be profitable from the year 1. तो आपको प्री स्कूल से करीब 50 या 60 स्टूडेंट्स लाना है, एंड नंबर 2 कोचिंग से अनदर 50 to 60 स्टूडेंट लाना है, एंड नंबर 3 इज ओलंपियाड का 4-5 हजार बच्चे का एग्जामिनेशन में बैठाना है, एंड दैट्स ऑल, एंड दैट कैन गिव यू द फर्स्ट ईयर इटसेल्फ ऑन एन इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ अबाउट 22 lakhs. You can first year itself that you can earn a profit of about 7 to 8 lakhs, and by second year you will be able to recover the whole investment. So this is the unique business model. मैं proudly बोल सकता हूँ, कोई भी एजुकेशन कंपनी इतना डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोडक्ट जो प्री स्कूल का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में रन कर सकते हैं आज का दिन में नहीं है, बिकॉज मैं इंडस्ट्री से 30 साल से जुड़े हुए हूँ। सो हमारा इतना 30 साल का लर्निंग, मेरा फ्रेंड का लर्निंग, ये सब हम कंबाइन करके ये यूनिक प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस मॉडल हम लोगों ने बनाया है। तो so not only that the business which is profitable. So the major that focus हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं वो हमारा methodology में, and we are using a lot of technology. Right from the day one, we will be providing you our own ERP. हमारा ERP रहेगा आपका right from the Enquiry, logging to admissions to fee collection, everything will be that technology based. So there are a lot of app-based learning which students will be that doing. And most importantly, that our content and curriculum is also available digitally. And usko hum last 2 साल का जो पेंडेमिक का सिनारियो था उसको नजर पे रखते हुए हमने जो कैरिकुलम तैयार किया है, हम ऐसे कैरिकुलम तैयार किया है अगर गवर्नमेंट परमिशन, मान लीजिए टुडे गवर्नमेंट हैज अलाउड चिल्ड्रन टू कम टू द स्कूल एवरीवेयर, बट टुमारो वी डोंट नो व्हाट विल बी द that scenario. अगर कोई सिनारियो आ जाता है, मान लीजिए कोई for a month government decided that okay, school to be shut and then classes to be organized online only. So हम उसके लिए भी तैयार है. हमारा जो कैरिकुलम है हम लास्ट 2 साल से ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन दोनों मोड में हम कर रहे हैं. तो हमारा पास जो कैरिकुलम है, दिस कैरिकुलम इज कंप्लीटली हाइब्रिड कैरिकुलम. जो कैरिकुलम बच्चा घर से भी अटेंड कर सकता है और बच्चा स्कूल में आके भी अटेंड कर सकते हैं. बट आई एज ए एजुकेशनिस्ट, मेरा तो मानना है फेस टू फेस एजुकेशन का कोई ऑल्टरनेटिव नहीं है. सो दो आई माई सेल्फ एज ए टेक्निकल गाय, बट इवन देन मैं तो बिलीव करता हूँ स्पेशली फॉर स्मॉल चिल्ड्रन, जितना हो सके बच्चों को आमने सामने बैठा के सिखाया जाए वही बेस्ट है. बट जो रूल ऑफ जो होगा गवर्नमेंट को तो सबको ही फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. अगर कोई जरूरत पड़े तो हमारा कैरिकुलम ऑलरेडी हाइब्रिड कैरिकुलम है, बच्चा घर से भी क्लास अटेंड कर सकता है. So this is our that objective. So we want to basically the whole that world school itself brings both the expression of educating students by providing academic excellence along with rendering a choice of educational opportunities, ensuring a security for the children is most important. Children should feel caring in our that the center, and there has to be live environment in our school, because हर एक बच्चों को हमने देखा, the child has to be happy. If the child is not happy, next day child will not be willing to come to school. ये हमने बहुत देखा. बहुत सारा बच्चा इवन संडे में भी घर में रोते हैं, नहीं मेरे को स्कूल जाना है. So we have to, in our that curriculum or whatever activities we have planned, our environment is such that children would love to that come to the school. उस हिसाब से हम लोग डेवलप किए हैं, so that the children should that talk about मेरे को उदयन किड्स में सुबह जाना है. They should not feel bored to come to the school. Okay, so ये हमारा luminous curriculum का pedagogy है. So we teach students about our life skills. We teach students about various concept, content, approach, action. ये 5 topics में हम लोग focus करते हैं. And there are some special activities. हर एक every day there are activities. So I'm just sharing. We have Fun Friday activities. तो वहाँ पे हमारा बहुत सारा theme based activity रहता है. Some of the Friday we declare as a sporty Friday. So there we teach children how to improve their physical fitness and gain motor skills. And some is a basically intellectual that Friday. So there we teach students how to improve their gross motor skills and all that stuff. So there are a lot of that activity with a lot of themes. तो बच्चे को बहुत ही that engage करके रखते हैं, and then बच्चे बहुत ही that interest लेते हैं वो सब activity में. And so this is our that unique approach. So when in any situation in our school, first of all, we focus on makes a child happy, and there has to be an involvement and participation from the the child. And we also focus on growth and development. So therefore, even our daycare ka jo food chart jo hai, that is also developed in association with a dietitian. So बच्चे का growth का नजर रखते हुए entire diet plan is that developed, prepared that scientifically. So that shared will be also shared with that all the that partners. And and maybe one of our biggest differentiator is we do not allow any teachers to walk into the class and then teach. So we have our own teacher's manual. Every teacher, whoever, our basic qualification for the preschool teacher is class 12 pass. And one of the basic requirement is they should be able to speak good English, because हमारा ये preschool है, ये English medium का school होगा. So therefore the main criteria is that the teacher should be able to speak in English well, and then the teacher attitude should be such that she should be able to take care of the child. And then we will first organize a training program for them, which is part of our that franchise. If you don't have to pay any fees extra. Okay, so we will organize the teachers training. They will be going through this teachers training, which will be for a week. And post the training, each and every teacher will be handed over with our teacher's manual. And teacher's manual will talk about right from the, let's say in an academic year, our academic calendar is for 190 days. Out of 365 days, 190 days would be the academic days जहाँ पे इसका classes होगा. So entire that 190 days का day wise, class wise, period wise, क्या क्या पढ़ाना है, क्या what will be the examples. मेरे को teachers को अगर कुछ concept, let's say teachers को उसको number सिखाना हो 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 सिखाने के लिए भी हमारा क्या एग्जाम्पल देना पड़ेगा, क्या वीडियो दिखाना पड़ेगा. So everything is well defined. So teachers will have to first undergo our training, and then teachers will have to go through our that teacher's manual, which will be kind of a bible for the teacher. And as far as that teacher's manual, anybody who is class 12 pass, having a good English communication skill, can teach our curriculum. So we do not require Montessori trained teachers. If Montessori trained teachers are there, that is well and good. That's an additional that benefit we will have. So definitely we welcome those formally trained teachers. But I'm saying because बहुत सारे शहर में हमने देखा, छोटे-छोटे शहर में, there are teachers having good communication skills, but they're not Montessori trained. So in our curriculum, it is not required because we have inbuilt the teachers training in our academic support itself. Plus we have a very, very, that illustrated teacher's manual, which can help anybody who is class 12 pass can start teaching within a week after going through a week training with our academic team. So this is the unique differentiator for Udayan Kidz. So I'll skip some of the that academic the details, because ये हम लोग जब मिलेंगे face to face तो detail में हम लोग discuss करेंगे. So just हमारा feature जो है, it will be curriculum is very, very futuristic. It is global in nature. So we'll talk about the entire world, because we have to make every citizen as a global citizen. We use a lot of technologies in our curriculum. We use audio visuals, we use tabs, and there are a lot of interactive sessions by we believe in learning by doing, hands-on experience, and all the activities would be age appropriate. So for a 2+ playgroup, if there is a activity, same activity, if I have to do for 4+, that will be done completely different way. And we do have a lot of focus on English readiness program. We ensure that every child to, start speaking in English. And also we give a lot of importance on phonics. Okay, so that's what is the unique things in our curriculum. And quickly, I'll tell you, this is the playgroup. And we have theme, language, and maths in playgroup. We have 4 classes in preschool. First is the playgroup. Playgroup eligibility criteria is 2 years. And 2 years से बच्चा playgroup में join कर सकते हैं. So we teach them themes and language and maths concept. Then nursery is 3+, and there will be 10 board themes and 40 sub themes will be that taught. Again, we'll focus on language, letters A to Z, and writing, and also the maths. Then junior KG. So again, around 50 themes will be there, language, maths, and then senior KG. So senior KG में जाके हम लोग we also introduce the second language. Language will be also in Hindi as well as English in both, and mathematics ka in more elaborate way. And then of course there are assessment, and so there are culminations. Basically there are 6 culmination. At the end of every culmination, there will be a parent-teacher meeting, and then parents will be told about the various progress of the child. And at the same time, that is the opportunity where that we also interact with the that parents, and then take feedback of our academic delivery processes. Then what will be part of our child kit? Because आप जब हमारा साथ जोड़ते हो, आपको कुछ किसी चीज के बारे में आपको सोचने का जरूरत नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ सोचना है कैसे एडमिशन लाना है, मार्केटिंग कैसा, लोकल मार्केटिंग करके, वो भी हम आपको गाइड करेंगे कैसे मार्केटिंग करना है. एंड देन आपको सिर्फ हमारा इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो करना है, मार्केटिंग करना है, एडमिशन करना है. बाकी स्कूल कैसे रन होगा, क्या क्या मटेरियल, वो सब हमारा जिम्मेदारी है कंप्लीट. So we will provide you the child kit. Child kit will have almanac, Udayan Kidz का almanac मतलब होता है diary, or there will be ID card, escort card, there will be bag which will be given to every child. There will be study material which will be given to the every child. This bag will contain the entire book set inside. So these are the things every child will be getting when they take admission. And then shoes and uniform will be also that part of this. And shoes you can buy locally, but uniform we will be that providing. Then this is the that 50 hours teachers training which I talked about already. And and another unique thing is we will have 1:15 teachers, 1:15 teacher student ratio in every class. We don't believe in more than one teacher teaching more than 15 students. If there is a let's say if there are 20 children, then we'll divide that class into 2 sections. And you will be getting that nationwide transfer policy. So if we have, let's say if parents are getting transferred from maybe Delhi to Kolkata, so that nationwide transfer policy will be there. So that will be also, let's say, even if the middle of the year, parent is getting transferred from the one place to other place, they can take their child and put in the next class from the next whichever city they are going, if we have a Udayan Kidz center. Just to share some of our Udayan Kidz classroom photographs of our model centers. And this is how that various festivals are celebrated, concepts are being taught in our that school. And this is how other concept-based activities are being, that taught. So which is social, natural science, natural work, mathematics, matching, naming, identifying, sequencing, discussions, puzzles. So then these are some celebrating festivals. And we take a lot of safety precautions, fire safety. We conduct fire drill from time to time in our school. And throughout the year, there will be a lot of activities. So we will have Parent Connect program throughout parent orientation at the beginning of the year. Phonic workshops will be conducted. Field trips for children based on curriculum will be done. There will be annual sports day where children will be participating, and then students will be awarded suitably. Then there will be an annual day where, that each and every child have to participate in the cultural program on that day. And celebration of all major Indian, that festivals, curriculum exhibitions where the children themselves will organize, and then parents can come and then visit those stalls to see what their children have developed. Now coming back to investment details, we required about 2,000 square feet of space if you want to become a partner of Udayan Kidz, and इसमें covered area रहेगा 1700, 300 outdoor play area we prefer. अगर outdoor नहीं है तो indoor में भी play करा सकते हैं. Total space requirement is 2,000 square carpet area. And then in terms of capital assets, so one is the franchisee fee, which is we have kept 2,55,000. And 2,50,000, and center kit and play and learn equipment will be 4,50,000. So the first two, franchisee fee and then center kit, you will have to pay to Udayan Kidz, and Udayan Kidz will provide you the center kit, which will include all the children furniture. You don't have to buy any furniture, any equipment for the children, only the office furnitures and then other interior you have to do. For that, the center setup cost, which is approximately 10 lakhs. This can be plus minus 20% depending on your existing, that building. वो हम जब visit करेंगे, visit करने के बाद, we will tell you what will be the, approximate expense for interior. And interior का जो भी expenses होगा, ये आप खुद को spend करना है as per our guideline. We will be also providing you a brand manual. हमारा ब्रांड मैनुअल में डिटेल में लिखा हुआ है आपको सेंटर का, राइट फ्रॉम द व्हाट शुड बी द कलर ऑफ योर बाउंड्री वॉल, व्हाट शुड बी द पेंटिंग ऑन योर रिसेप्शन, व्हाट शुड बी द पेंटिंग ऑफ योर प्ले ग्रुप क्लासरूम, व्हाट शुड बी द पेंटिंग ऑफ योर नर्सरी क्लासरूम, एक्टिविटी रूम, फर्नीचर का लेआउट कैसा होगा. एंटायर माइन्यूट डिटेल विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू यू in a manual, which is known as the brand manual. So therefore, the total capex investment would be about 17 lakhs. Again, इसमें थोड़ा plus minus हो सकता है, will depend on your existing building. आप जो ले रहे हो उसमें क्या काम. कभी-कभी if you are getting a, let's say for example, why there will be a variation. If you get a typically, let's say a bungalow which has 5 bedroom, so then your investment will not be much because उसमें already rooms बना हुआ रहता है. आपका ड्राइंग रूम को एक्टिविटी रूम कर सकते हैं, एंड देन मे बी ओनली द वॉशरूम, एंड वी वांट चिल्ड्रन वॉशरूम. सो वॉशरूम आपको सिर्फ कमोड चेंज करना पड़ेगा, बच्चों का कमोड वहाँ पे इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा. vis-a-vis इफ यू टेक ए बिग हॉल जिसमें मान लीजिए आपको पार्टीशन भी करना पड़ेगा, देन उसमें आपको एयर कंडीशनिंग के लिए पाइप कंसील करना पड़ेगा, इलेक्ट्रिक करना पड़ेगा, then again toilet has to be completely made. There your expenses goes up. So we always prefer, or we always guide our partners to take an infrastructure which is more of a kind of a bungalow, and prefer it has to be ground floor. We do not open any preschool in first floor or in a higher floors, number one. Number two, the entrance and exit for the school cannot be shared with anybody, not even with the landlord. Even मान लीजिए कोई इन्वेस्टर, अगर आप खुद का फर्स्ट फ्लोर में रह रहे हो, आपका ग्राउंड फ्लोर में प्री स्कूल करना चाहते हो, यू कैन डू दैट, बट you will have to make your own arrangement of going to your house separately. We cannot, as a safety precautions, we do not allow entry exit of the preschool to be shared with anybody during school hours. Then there will be a that capex requirement, additional that working capital requirement of 5 lakhs, and this is basically if you are going to take a premise on rent. Definitely nowadays most of the landlord will ask minimum 2 months to 6 months ka rental, security deposit, plus at least rent is always paid 1 month in advance. So हमने यहाँ पे 2 महीना का that let's say if you are whatever the rent could be 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 depending on what place you finalize. So at least 3 months rent plus 1 month that security, 4 months we have factored, plus before you start earning, before you start collecting any fees, 1 or 2 months you have to also spend in marketing. So there is an initial marketing of about 2 lakhs of rupees is also factored here, including initial that manpower cost. Let's say the moment we sign up the school, we have to first recruit a center manager, so who will be that counseling students for the admission, and then plus we also need to have the minimum, we will guide you minimum that the marketing activities to be done in that particular town, so that initial investment before you start getting that collection, we have kept about 2 lakhs of rupees. So that's how it comes to about 22 lakhs. And this 22 lakhs may vary little bit. It may be, we can do it at 18 also. If it is your own house, then it may be even much less. Okay, because you don't have to pay rent advance, you don't have to pay the security deposit. If it is rented, it can be 22, or if your interior cost is going up beyond that 10 lakhs because of the property you are selecting, then it may go up to 25. But I never ever recommend to invest more than 25 lakh in a preschool. So therefore we prefer a range of investment which is between 15 to 25 lakhs. So that is within that range will be the total investment. Now let me quickly take you through the what business we can generate in our business model. So it's a 4-year plan here. So first year, you can do about 48 admission in the preschool and daycare, which is 10 playgroup, nursery 10, junior KG 10, and senior KG 8, and daycare 10, which is the bare minimum number, which is any that preschool in the year 1 can do it. And of course, we are there to guide that all the investors. Then even global Olympiad examination, which I explained to you, I've just kept that 2000 admission. And then coaching, we have kept about 60 admissions. And there is one more thing we can do after 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, your infrastructure, let's say if you have 5 rooms, if 3 rooms are used for coaching, and if your 1 room is free, in that 1 room, you can do a lot of after school products. Now, after school product could be, let's say, dance. Now the children can come there to learn dance. Children can come there to learn music. Children can come there to learn phonics. Okay, children can come there for yoga. Even parents, if you have 48 children parents, and a lot of parents also nowadays, they want to learn yoga. So yoga bhi that aap sikha sakte ho. So these are the basically 3 that other products we can offer to you, which you can give it post that school hours. So and if you come little bit see little bit below, so we have kept the fee structure, playgroup fee structure. This is a for a category B location. It's a simple, that business plan I'm sharing with you. Now, we have 5 categories. So we have category A, category B, category C, category D, and category E. Now, category A is, let's say, I'm currently presenting from Delhi. So if I consider Delhi as a city, in the same city, Delhi itself, we will have 5 categories of center. And category of center is nothing but the what fee structure we are going to charge. उसमें क्या fee structure हम charge करेंगे बच्चे को, उसमें decide होता है. For example, if you are those who are from Delhi, if you are familiar with Delhi, if I want to have a center in New Friends Colony, if I want to have a center in Basant, Bihar, now these are the 2 most posh area of Delhi. Okay, so there the parents, those who stay in this area, they will have a very high paying capability. In fact, I can add one more location, Sarvodaya Enclave. So if I want to open a center in New Friends Colony, or if I want to open a center in Basant, Bihar, or Sarvodaya Enclave, I will consider that as a category A location. Now, in A category location, my fee structure will start from 80,000. Now, next category is, let's say if I want to have a center in, GK1, if I want to have a center in GK2, okay, so that's a, category B location. Or let's say if I want to have a center in, that Green Park area, okay. So there I'll have the fee structure, which is starting from 60,000. Similarly, category C will be around 50,000. Category D would be, let's say if I want to start a center in Dwarka in a place called Palam, or there is a place called Mahavir Nagar. It's a, little bit of, that lower middle class people stay there. There it will be probably E. So our E fee structure would be starting at 40. Okay, so like this we have a, different category. So this is for the category B location, where we can minimum fee we can charge is the 60,000 rupees for playgroup, nursery 60, and junior KG, senior KG 65, and daycare ka we have kept 5,000 a month. Now 5,000 a month is without food. Now, if the parents want food to be provided to the child, we can charge another 3,000 rupees per child per month. Then other product, Global Olympiad. So we are going to give our partner 60 rupees on a 300 rupees, which is 20% is the commission or share we are going to give it to the partner. Then coaching fees is minimum 25,000 we can charge. In fact, we can charge more than that also. Like in our Dwarka center, we are charging about 35. So I have kept on the lower side. It's an average because class 3 to, that class 10. And for other after school product, I have kept 1,000 rupees a month, around 1,200. So with this, if you see the first year itself, your preschool and daycare collection can be 29 lakhs. And then other products, which is coaching, Olympiad, and all other thing put together, it is 18 lakhs 60,000. And if you add up, it's a collection of 48 lakhs. Now the second year, again, see the numbers, 48 preschool, we have kept 69. In fact, it can be more. Why I'm saying it can be more? Out of this 48, if you leave aside senior KG children, 8 senior KG children will move and go to the class 1 to a K-12 school. But the balance 40, we have to ensure, we have to provide a very good quality of education so that they, roll over with our center itself for the next year. So even out of that 40, I'm assume 30 would come, and then another 39 new I'll get. So if we are able to get entire 40, even this 69 number can even go up to 80, even 90 also. So we can actually try and get 100%, that retention, and then retention will happen if we are able to take good care of the children, if the children are happy, and if the children are overall development of the children are, good. तब जाके ये लोग कंटिन्यू करेंगे हमारे साथ. सो एजुकेशन का सबसे बड़ी इम्पोर्टेंट फीचर जो है सक्सेस पाने का, वही है वर्ड ऑफ माउथ. आपको एग्जिस्टिंग जो स्टूडेंट है उसको आप इतने अच्छा पढ़ाइए, इतने अच्छा एजुकेशन दीजिए, वो लोग नेक्स्ट ईयर एंड जब तक आप उसको सर्विस दे रहे हो, आपका साथ रहना है. तब जाके आपका नंबर्स का बारे में कोई चिंता करने का जरूरत नहीं है. एंड बिलीव मी, इफ यू आर एबल टू मेक वन पेरेंट्स हैप्पी, that parent will go and then bring 10 more students for you. So education is a business of word of mouth. तो इसलिए सर्विस, बच्चे का जो एजुकेशन डिलीवरी, the way we interact with parents, the way we interact with the child is extremely important. So if we are able to do all of this, is very easy to get 69 students in the next year. It's not a rocket science. So the second year collection could be 69 lakhs, third year 83, and then fourth year we will reach to 1 crore. So that's our objective. In the fourth year, center should generate 1 crore of revenue. Now let me show you the profitability, what money you can make. So the first year 48 lakhs collection, the expenses, हमने rent भी लिया, staff salary लिया, 1 center head, 4 teachers. Daycare coordinator first year में नहीं चाहिए because one of the teacher or center head himself can look after 10 daycare children. Second year से daycare coordinator रखेंगे. Tuition teachers, I have kept 40% of the revenue as a cost. Even after school expense also, yoga, music, dance classes वगैरह fees उसको भी हमने 40% में रखा है. And of course, there will be housekeeping, there will be caregiver. Along with every teacher, every class, there has to be a caregiver. Caregiver is basically, again, a lady who would be taking care of the cleanliness of the children, taking the children to the washroom, if they want to go to the washroom, if the, that in the daycare, that if child has to be given a bath in the afternoon, all those work that caregiver has to do. And of course we need a security guard, so iska expenses maine liya hai. Then there will be an utility, which is electricity and then water cost and other admin cost and marketing cost. We have kept about 4 lakhs a year, and there will be a kit cost. So the kit cost and then royalty would be 30% of the collection of the preschool part, which you will have to, investor will have to pay to the Udayan Kidz to get the kit at the beginning of the year before starting the classes. And study material for the tuition program. So we have the study material which cost about 3,500. That also needs to be procured from us. So after all this, considering all the expenses, so the first year expense would be around 41 lakhs for the running the school, running the center. And then 7 lakhs would be the profit, which is 14%. It can be more. This is the bare minimum, which we can ensure. And then second year, it can go up to around 26% profit, 18 lakhs. And then, so the first year, second year, if you put together, you will recover all your investment. And then third year onwards, this is all pure, that return, 27 lakhs in the third year. Fourth year, that 38 lakhs, and then fifth year, it can go up to 52. And this is the bare minimum. It can be even more. So this is what is the, that minimum businesses you can generate. And so that's all from my side about our business model, about our programs and various, that investment details. If you have any queries, we are there happy to answer all the questions. Over to you, Archana ji and Gaurav ji.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha. This was very elaborate presentation that you made to all our investors, and I thank all our investors for their presence. It's almost an hour now. So quickly, Mr. Sinha, we'll take up some questions from the audience, and I'll also request we set up a call where all these investors can come on one-to-one discussions also with you. And quickly, friends, recapping on, what Mr. Sinha told about the opportunity. And also I would add, his rich experience in the education with a proven, track record of 25 years is what has helped him in creating this business model. And this experience today comes from running K-12 coaching and now preschools also. And also as a very experienced educator, he himself has placed a lot of emphasis on building experiential learning for the students. And I also heard him talk about over the industry at large. And I would just add one thing, and I personally feel there's a opportunity to leverage the timing and the infrastructure today that we are sitting on. And physical school, has always been the essence, I would say, or the foundation of learning. And when students interact amongst themselves, they learn, they grow, and they evolve. And that's very important for peer-to-peer learning. And that was what was missing in the last, I would say, 1.5, 2 odd years. So, and today, as, the markets, schools, they all start opening up, I feel the industry is very ripe for credible players like them. There's a big mind shift which is happening, and trusted organized chains like them are gaining much more, from the time that we saw the pandemic hit and the time that we currently in today. Second, I would also say supply of preschools have reduced, in the last 2 odd years, while the demand is growing. Every year the demand has grown, while the supply side, when you look at the supply side, that supply side has comparatively reduced. So even when some of the leading chains were not running at maybe full efficiency, there was still a very big demand that was witnessed in the last 2 years. And also a very big change, or I would say a challenge, for many unorganized chains, or I would say the next door schools, is lack of development of effective curriculum, and which is not even researched well and not designed well, which also is a big question mark on the sustainability, which Udayan has done very, very effectively. Third, also, there is a infrastructure today which is available. A lot of schools have actually shut down in these 2 years, and hence your entry into this industry category is comparatively easy, because a lot of this infrastructure can be assessed or maybe accessed by all our investors. And when you have an available infrastructure available with you, your gestation to get the business is also quick, because a lot of marginal players have gone out of business. Fourth, I will also say that if you look at this business of education, you must not look at a time horizon of months, say, 6 months, 1 year. These are long-term businesses, and these are future fit businesses which are going to remain relevant even in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years, right? So even the schools, that we have passed out of many years back, they still exist in the industry. So you need to look at, when you look at education, you need to look at businesses of this kind, which need to be looked at a long-term horizon. Another important thing which Mr. Sinha talked about was capacity utilization. And when you look at preschools, in most of the structure which has been created by many preschool chains, small, big, all shapes and sizes, they have not worked on the entire capacity utilization, which he has worked very closely, and all the hours, almost 7 to 8 hours in a day, especially when it comes to preschool, is something which remains unutilized. So they have actually created a business model which can sweat out your asset for the balance 7, 8 hours. So even when you have the same rental being paid for the entire month, but you can sweat out that asset more by using it as a coaching center, a daycare center. So and that helps you in getting comparatively good returns or better returns than the other business model, which runs only preschool center. So the business, friends, is on the investment, we're looking at about 17 lakhs of investment. Added to that is a working capital, which you need to retain with yourself, and with a minimum area requirement of 2,000 square feet. I would not have too many questions on the, I would say, breakup of the investment or the operating expenses. We have discussed that in detail, but I'll take up some questions, Mr. Sinha, from our audience, and couple of things, which I would like to ask, which gives a little more clarity to our investors. And if I have to say, on the unit economics, especially when we talk about education as an industry, unit economics for education, they work very, very differently to any other business, retail businesses that we see around. So it operates on very strong and relatively good margins over a period of time, right? So we saw in the second year, third year, once we have optimal utilization of the capacity, we have good business which comes from the center. Now, my question to you would be, what according to you should be the thumb rule, for running a preschool? When I say unit economics for running a preschool, which means the optimal, batch size, gestation period, and the break even. And I saw you presenting year 1 and year 2, but how long does it take, for maybe a center owner or a franchisee to reach that ideal size? And which is the enrollment versus the capacity gestation that we currently have. Over to you.
Yeah. Sonia ji, if you see that in the capacity what we have built, it's that 4 classroom, and then 4 classroom is maximum of we are saying that 1 classroom 15 children, which is the 60 initially. So that 60 and then including daycare. So let's say around 70 children is the capacity initially we are creating, which we are reaching in the year 2 itself. So, and even if you, just to answer your first question, the break-even level is, in the year 1 itself at the 48 students of preschool, and then 60 students of that coaching, and then 20 after school. So there itself, we are operationally break even, we are reaching in the year 1, and investment break even is happening in the year 2. And then even capacity utilization is also becoming almost 100%, what initial capacity, what you are creating. Now then in the 3rd year and 4th year, in the same classroom, initially we said we will consider only 15 students. Now, if my classroom size is little bit bigger, I can add furniture and add additional teacher, because every 15 children there has to be a teacher. Now, if there are 30 children in a class, then we'll have to have 2 teachers managing the classroom. So there will be an additional investment in terms of additional furniture. And then we can also, same classroom, we can increase the capacity, one option. Second option is we can also, if there are additional rooms available, which initially we are not utilizing, we can also make second classroom. That's the option number 2. Even option number 3 is we can even run preschool in shifts. So for example, playgroup and nursery are, 3 hours is the education delivery for us every day, 5 days a week. For junior KG and senior KG is 4 hours. So we can start, let's say 8 o'clock preschool playgroup. So 8 to 11, then 11 o'clock to, that 3 o'clock can be the second class. So we can also run, even we have done it in the past in my other organizations, we can also run in 2 shifts. So even if the number of children are growing in the 3rd year and 4th year, we will work it out without taking additional space, how we can accommodate the children in the second shift, or in the, if the classroom is big, same classroom, we can put additional furniture and then manage them. So that's how we are, that looking at.
Sure. And Mrs. Sinha, friends, keep writing in, and I will also request all of you, if you have a location in mind or you already have an infrastructure which you have an access to, please put in the Q&A box and we'll take it up. The second question, Mr. Sinha, would be on the larger support system or structure we have for our franchisees coming on board, and especially when we look at the initial, I would say first quarter, the initial 2-3 months, what is the kind of support structure that we are offering to our franchise partners as a go-to market, in setting up these centers. And also I did mention, initially there is a lot of infrastructure today which is lying idle, which has not been utilized, and this is something which can also be leveraged. So would there be some support that you would be able to offer to our franchise partners, having them locate such infrastructures so that the gestation to launch the business is comparatively low? Another thing which I would also request, I don't know how many of you come from education, as a background, or have been running these preschools. This is also a very good opportunity for somebody who wants to convert maybe a mom and pop school chain to an organized chain. Right? So over to you, Mr. Sinha.
Yeah, so in terms of support, we have 2 kind of support, teams we have. One is the first is the business development and then marketing support. So this team will be initially, the moment we, let's say, investor is willing to invest in a location. Let's say investor wants to set up a center in Gurgaon, or let's say Lucknow, Patna, Kolkata, wherever. So the first thing my marketing, that support team will visit. We will first go and do the market survey, and then see whether that place is suitable for, starting the preschool. So entire, that market survey, say we will start. Initial survey support will be provided. Then entire my infrastructure team will support them how to, do the interior and then set up the center setup support. So right from, we have the brand manual, which I will share with all the investors whenever they are coming forward. So brand manual has the minute details. It has all the details of how this boundary wall painting to be done. Even we have also mentioned what painting, that coat, Asian paints, kaunsi coat use karna. It is in that minute detail, including entire design, graphic, and everything. And we also have a lot of vendors pan India. So even they will be also able to, that talk to them and then get a best possible rate. So that entire center support will be provided. With our guidance only, center will be made, and we'll be approving the center infrastructure post that only launch can happen. So it's a complete turnkey support we'll provide, right from the identification of the place, doing the market survey, whether that place will be suitable for both the products, because we are going to look at the preschool as well as coaching together. So whether we'll be able to get both these segments in that same place or not, we'll keep that in mind. That's how we'll finalize the property, entire center support. Then we will also guide the investor for how to start the marketing. Okay, so right from what kind of visibility campaign to be done, what kind of, it will be mostly that BTL activities, because preschool is not a very high revenue business where partner can invest on that other media like newspapers and all that. Maybe at the max, maybe you can get into the radio or newspaper cost. If it is less, we can. So it will be very, very low cost, high impact, high return activities. Our marketing team will be that providing the hands-on that support to do the initial marketing, and then guide the partners, if he is not from the education background, how to start the center. And once the center is operational, then it will be handed over to our education delivery team. We have the academic head, and then under the academic head, we have the academic managers. So academic managers will guide the center manager as well as all the teachers ongoing basis every day, how to run the schools from academic point of view. And then of course, throughout the year, there will be, that 6 culmination. Actually, every 2 months, there will be a culmination. So what are the things to be delivered in the first 2 months, then how this parent-teacher meeting to be conducted, and then feedback, working on the feedback, and then whole things guiding, a partner how to run the education delivery for the entire year will be provided. So our people will be visiting, every month. Both the marketing visit as well as the academic visit will happen every month to guide the partners to run these schools.
Sure,
This is the support system we have.
Definitely. And friends, I'll request, because in the interest of time, we cannot take many questions and have detailed discussion. One question, Mr. Sinha, which I like to ask, and I saw that coming from a couple of our viewers, is on the royalty. Are we charging that royalty on the overall income, or do we have different royalty structure for different streams of revenue?
No, royalty is part of that student kit, which I have mentioned in the P&L. So I'll just show it to you. Just 1 second. Yeah, so this preschool kit cost. So this is about 30% of the preschool revenue. Okay, so this has royalty inbuilt along with the, that study material, everything.
What is the royalty, Mr. Sinha? What are we charging? क्या percentage है royalty का जो हम charge कर रहे हैं overall income पे?
Is about 20%.
20% royalties.
Yeah, including student kit is 30%.
See, we are charging 30% on the kit, and balance all revenue streams. We have 20%.
Yeah.
Great. I think maybe one or two questions, and I have a call. So I'll request Gaurav if you can take up the questions, and I think on the cities, which cities that we want to be in, and also if we can announce our discovery day where we are looking forward to getting our investors on one-to-one call with Mr. Sinha. So over to you, Gaurav.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Sinha. Indeed, it's a very elaborate discussion, very interactive. And you have given all the insights of the business, all the modalities which are there in the business, and how you're going to help the investor, and also from the parents' perspective, what is important, right? Because it is all about trust, right, that we have to develop in the market when we talk about any education business, because it is the initial first year, 6 months, which are very important for any education business to create the sustainability in the business, and then it is just the word of mouth. So all your marketing expenses and all your acquisition costs to have new students on board will be taken care by the reference of the good people, good parents in the market, right? And since you come from the education background of over 3 decades, and Mr. Singh also has been an educationist himself, so I'm sure that it's a very deadly combination of 2 educationists getting into the commercial side of the business and having this preschool and the high school chain coming in the picture. So we will take up the few questions. So the first question from my side is that if we can mention to our viewers that which all cities are we planning to roll out our franchisee initially, and then what is the plan ahead? So we can probably have the first set of cities for, let's say, for initial 6 months or maybe a quarter, and then we can have a second set of cities to be added in the first set of cities in next 3 months, 6 months down the line. So that is one question that I have. Second is, as Sonia ma'am asked, that what is the on-ground support to find out the property, right, for the investor? Because during this COVID time, a lot of preschools have shut down and they are not operational anymore. And these preschools were like mom and pop preschools, which were started by the individuals. So do we have a list of such preschool sites which are available and which we can immediately propose to the investors in those first set of rollout cities where we are wanting to set up our preschool? And if not, then what is the earliest possible time that we think that we'll be able to give that list to our investors, and we can perhaps have the quick conversion coming in from the investors, and we can have your school up and running? And because it's a seasonal business, right, you have admissions 3 times in a year. So one is the April, May, June season, and then you have the August, and then you have the November, December. So if we have the investor ready with the investment and the interest in the business, but not the property, then what's the rollout time we think that we'll be able to match up? So over to you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Gaurav, thank you very much. And to answer your first questions about the cities we want to, that go live immediately is definitely, that Delhi NCR, which is Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, Ghaziabad. We would like to, have centers here. And the next city should be, that Kolkata, because Kolkata has a very, very big preschool market. And apart from Kolkata, other 2 small state capitals, 3 state capital, in fact, we would like to cover is Lucknow, Patna, and Ranchi. And of course, in the Northeast, that Guwahati.
Okay. So dear viewers, if you have your place in any of these mentioned cities, or if you have your interest, so we can perhaps get into a discussion with Mr. Sinha, and we can help you to find the right place where you will get the right set of, you get right skilled resource to basically have you on board and run the school, and then right set of admissions also, so that your investment also multiplies.
Yes, this is Gaurav in the phase 1, next 3 months.
Right.
And after that, we would like to definitely go to Bangalore and Pune.
Okay.
Okay. So that should be our phase 2 in
Okay.
next quarter. So which is in the quarter 2, and then quarter 3 we would like to go pan India across any cities. So our preference would be the metros and then state capital, not below at this point of time.
Right.
Have investor, if you have good locations, we can go, because so these locations, that return on investment, getting, that students for all our products, including, that coaching would be, that very, very easy. And
Right.
then in the following year, we can get into the next level of the cities. So that's
Sure, sir, sure.
So we'd
Sure.
like to focus on metros and state capital.
And my second question was with regards to the availability of asset, right, to be taken care by the company. So do we have any ready list of properties?
I'm coming to that. So we have the fair ideas of this for Delhi market, even Kolkata also. So if we have the investors, if we know the area, so we can definitely within 3 to 4 working days, we can tell him which are the properties are available in that area where preschool is to be that run earlier. So this can be provided for all the cities, Delhi NCR,
Yeah.
Lucknow, Patna, even Kolkata. We have the team here working for the other products. So we should tell them in 3 to 4 working days that what are the properties available. So if there are properties not available, not an issue. We have a lot of property that agents working with us. We can also seek their help, and we can connect partners with them to source properties.
Great, sir. Great. So that's again one extra support which my viewers, my investors are going to get. Yes. So I'm happy that we have covered almost all the questions. So I have a question from one of our investors, Meenakshi. She's saying that she'd like to set up in Bankura. So
okay,
yeah. So so in West Bengal. So she has a property, I think. So Meenakshi, do we have a property available with you wherein you want to set up this preschool, or will you be taking on rent? So basis your availability of resource and the urgency, we can connect you with the brand team maybe tomorrow, and we can have a discussion on your proposed location, and you can share the Google coordinates and the proposed site photographs with layout, and we can do a preliminary assessment of the site. And if everything goes well, then we can perhaps discuss on the way ahead. So do connect with us and let us know the availability of the site, and we'll be able to help you to set up this preschool.
Yeah, so I know Bakura very well. So it's a category B town. Nevertheless, we can, if she has her own property, or if she is based out of there, we can definitely look at Bakura. Not an issue.
Okay, great. So thank you, Mr. Sinha. We have covered almost every bit of the discussion that we wanted to. Objective is very clear, that it is not just the commercial aspect of the business that we are talking about. We're also talking about students' holistic development, their right nurturing, because it is the first time the child is coming out of the home. So we have to act as a guardian. And as you rightly mentioned, that the right education will set the right foundation for the child and foundation for the nation. So we are equally excited with our investors to reach you. So 21st March is the date which we have decided to do a discovery day, wherein we are going to connect with every investor on a one-on-one discussion with you. So my team is going to reach to every viewer who has attended the show and the other inquiries that we are going to get. And on 21st of March, we will then block the time for about 30-40 minutes with every investor, so that we can have the one-on-one discussion and we can probably sort out their doubts which they have, right? So 21st of March is the discovery day. Please make a note, Mr. Sinha and our dear viewers. If you wish to attend, we can connect you with the brand team even before 21st March as well. But that's a dedicated day. we are keeping so that we are basically connecting with all the viewers who are attending the show today and are going to be requesting us to connect you with the other campaigns that we are going to run for the Udayan Kidz preschool opportunity. And the other good thing that we have liked about your project is that it's not just about preschool and daycare, but it's also about the other ancillary products that we are offering within the same framework, so that the asset is well used and the money that person is investing in the business can be recovered in the earliest possible time. So vis-a-vis the other preschool where the gestation period is about 2 years to 2.5 years, in this case it is about 15 to 18 months. So if you are investing 20 odd lakh rupees in a business or 15 odd lakh rupees in a business, if you have your own property, then this business can be set up in just 15 lakh rupees. And if you have to take the property on rent, then it is go a little up because of the advance rent that you have to pay. But your recovery of 15 to 20 lakh rupees will be 15 to 20 months. So it's a great opportunity for every investor who has a bent of mind, education bent of mind. They want to basically add into the society, and they want to set the right foundation for our country, for the kids who are going to be in that city, in that area where we want to basically nurture them, we want to cater, and we want to basically help parents to grow the child and grow the nation in a right fashion. So thank you so much, Mr. Sinha, for this detailed presentation. 21st March is the date when we are going to connect with the investors. However, it is possible that we can connect before as well if the urgency is there from the investor side. And we're looking forward to have multiple centers of Udayan Kidz in this academic session. Thank you so much once again, and have a lovely day ahead to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All the investors. Thank you, the entire Franchise India team. It was wonderful, that talking to each one of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you soon.
So thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinha. Thanks all the dear participants for joining in today. Please connect with us at our business hotline number, which is 9717683838, and write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in, as we are keeping 21st as a special discovery day for you. Also share your suggestion, feedback with us at different social handles. You can also do the same by joining the management team of Franchise India at the LinkedIn IDs. The entire team of Franchise India is dedicated to give you the best of the services. And under tomorrow National Premium Webinar, we are bringing the brand which comes from gym category, Team Core. The brand already operational with 15 centers, and the founder has already established 150 different gym chains. So do not miss this chance. Join us tomorrow to understand their entire journey. Do registration. Registration can be done either by joining us at the Facebook page or connect with us at business hotline number. Thank you once again for joining in today. Keep learning, stay safe. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.